guys, welcome back to the channel. It is your girl Alana Simone. So today I just wanted to get right into the video. We are going to be talking about disappointments. And I think it's really important for us to talk about this and us to talk about it in the beginning of the year instead of like waiting around, because let's face it, this is like each year brings some type of disappointment, whether we try to avoid it, whether we think, oh, this is going to be our best year yet, and God's just going to do exceedingly abundantly all we can ask, and I'm not going to go through anything, no type of disappointment, no type of heartbreak, no type of sadness, nothing. I'm just going to have a year full of blessings, and that's it, period. But I mean, that really sounds good in an ideal world. That could happen, but in the reality world, that doesn't happen. And so so I think it's important for us to talk about this, because when the time does come, we're a little bit more prepared for it. And so I guess I'll just get it started by talking about a situation that happened last year for me, where I was just really disappointed. And in that disappointment, it really taught me a lot though. And so that's really why I wanted to share it. So last year, I went through a lot of things. Like, I think we all went through a lot of things. Like, raise your hand if you went through some things, because your girl over here went through some things, okay? And so, but yeah, so I went through a lot of things, and some of them weren't the best things. Like, I had good days, but I had a lot of bad days as well. And so I want to talk about the bad days, because they're real, and I'm a real person that has bad days. Like, so I'm just gonna keep it real. And so one thing that I went through last year was a breakup, and it actually really it takes that side, but it takes, I've been going back and forth with this, like, if I wanted to talk about this, because it's just yes, I like to keep it real, but sometimes I like to keep things personal too. But I really wanted to be transparent, because I feel like a lot of people go through things like this, and sometimes people don't be real about it, but I'm gonna be real about it. So I went through a breakup last year, right around like the summertime. And so some unfortunate things happened. It was one of those, like, start off real sweet, real nice, fairy tale beginnings, and then you wake up one day and stuff hit the fan, and you like, how we get here? That's how like, basically that's how that's how it was. So I'm like, okay, well, that really wasn't how I thought it was gonna go, but I mean, I guess since it went like that, I just gotta work with it. So but let me tell you, that breakup actually really helped me. And yes, it was disappointing. And I think for me, the disappointment that I felt in that was really, it's like when you think that you know somebody, or like somebody does something really good at being somebody that they're not. And then when you finally see the truth, and like you see the truth in a way that you didn't expect, like, it's just so disappointing. It's like, I was at the point where I was so disappointed, where like, where most people would like yell and go off and do all this stuff, but I just couldn't do none of that. Like, I was so disappointed to where it was just like, I had nothing left to say. Like, that's how disappointed I was. And I was just like, I'm just gonna walk away from this situation, because I've already seen what I needed to see. And yeah. But also, I wasn't trying to look crazy, because the dude didn't know I saw what I needed to see. Because anybody who knows, like, girls, we be on that FBI stuff, and when we want to find something, we find it. And sometimes when you find it, you wish you didn't find it, but you found it. So I found it, and he I found it. So I was like, well, if I say something, I don't want, like, my thing was, if I said something, I did not want to be like, I didn't need him to try to come back and switch it on me. I didn't need none of that. I was like, the best thing for me to do was just to drop the situation completely. Like, it was at a point where I could do that. And so I just dropped it. And it was really because I was just so disappointed. You know, I really had high hopes for this person, and he really made himself seem like he was something that he really wasn't. And it was just so disappointing. And it was disappointing because you can see the potential in somebody, but sometimes we have to realize, like, we have to separate that. And it's like, yes, we can see their potential, but if we can't let us seeing that blind us from what's right in front of us. And so when I realized that I saw the potential, and then I saw the reality, I had to then believe the reality, because the reality was telling me the truth of where they are right now. And so it was really hard. I really had to let it go, because, you know, you build a connection with someone, and it was a genuine connection, I feel like. At least I feel like it was on my part. But it just didn't work out. And so I was really disappointed about that. But, you know, after a few weeks and all that stuff, I really realized that it was for my good. And I realized that God was really protecting me from a lot of things. And in me actually being the FBI and discovering what I saw, it was really God. He allowed me to see, like, what I needed to see. And really, it was up to me to decide what I wanted to do with it. And it was basically like God was like, okay, you can continue to do it your way, and I expose what this person is really doing behind the scenes, or you can come with me and hold my hand and go my way. And in my way, you can be safe. In my way, your heart doesn't have to be broke. In my way, I care about your feelings. In my way, I won't disappoint you. And so it really put me in a position where I had to make a decision. And I really had to really take control over my feelings and really see what was best for me. And I really trusted God and knew that God really wants the best for me. And he showed me that because he wanted me to see what I was about to go, you know, what I thought was real love or a real connection. And result, it wasn't. It was somebody being fake. But you know who sees all and knows all is God. So he allowed me to, because I don't even know how I even thought to go. You know, we be in our head. We be on some other stuff. But anyway, I went on the page and I was like, wait. Like, my mind was blown. So, your girl was just like, nah, I can't. Like, this is what God was really giving me a way out. So I was like, okay, I need to take this and go. And it really was disappointing and really hurt me a lot, because, you know, I really built a connection with this person and I thought it was going to last. You ever thought that your relationship was going to last and it didn't? I think we all go through it. We think that relationship is like, oh, we're going to get married, everything. Like, no. So, yeah, but it really taught me some things, and it taught me that disappointment doesn't have to be the end, and it doesn't have to take me down, you know, how I was trying to. Disappointment I actually found courage to rise up, and it actually built my strength. It revealed to me strength that I didn't even know I had. And I think sometimes we have to go through things to realize that we're stronger than we think. And things that were meant to break us, ultimately God can turn around and use it for our good, in order to bring glory to his name, but also bring good things into our life. And so me releasing that situation and that feeling of disappointment actually launched me into a healing process that I deeply needed, for many different reasons, with many different emotions. And I made a video with that. It's the healing process. If you haven't checked that one out, but highly recommend. But it really allowed me to face some things within myself, and it allowed me to change that disappointment into strength and healing that I needed. And in result, that disappointment ended up turning into victory. And it was really unfortunate what happened and what I saw. And till this day, like, the dude, I mean, he might watch this video, so hey, what's up? But he don't know. I mean, unless somebody told him. I didn't tell him that I found out, like, what he was doing. But you know, I was just like, people grown. Like, if that's what you wanted to do, you could do that. But I can only control me and what I do. So once God reveals things to me, it's up to me to make a decision on what I want to do. Do I want to stay stuck in the disappointment, in the heartbreak, and you know, the going back and forth, or do I want to break free and go on a ride with him and go on a journey with him? And so I chose to go on a journey with him, and let me tell you, it was so much better than what I thought. And you know, I've been on this road of rediscovering myself and really stepping into all of who God created me to be. And it wasn't until I let that went through the disappointment, and then in result let it go and let it become strength. So I really encourage you this year to, you know, we're gonna face some type of disappointment, some type of heartbreaks, something this year that's really might shake us, or you know, try to break us. But I really encourage you to, you know, just like I did, that situation really could have broke me, but instead of allowing it to break me, I allowed it to build me into the person that I am now talking before you. Because before that I was still stuck in, you know, hiding behind who I was and not stepping into fully what God created me to be. But when I let that disappointment become victory, it then changed the direction of my life and now allowed me to step forth and do the work that I needed to do in order to step into what God created me to be. So just know that you can make it this year. Some things may not go our way, some things may shake us, some things may try to break us, but you have full power. And when you connect with God, God can turn situations in your life that were meant to destroy you into something that will make you into an even better person and make you into a person that you never thought that you would be. And it was just going to be amazing. So, you know, if you're facing something hard, or if something comes up hard in your life, just know that you can make it through, just like I did. You can turn the pain into strength, and you can make it, and you'll make it through. And sometimes the things that we look like are the most disappointments can be the things that are really designed to help pull us and bring us into all of what God has created us to be. Because when I felt like everything was falling apart, God was really saying to me, no, daughter, everything is really falling into place. And once I allowed him to take the wheel, once I allowed him to change the direction of my life, once I allowed to release control, God started doing the work, and the work that he did in me was amazing. So I really encourage you this year, keep pressing, keep going strong. Yes, we may face disappointments, but don't let that stop you. God is still God, and God, once you give your plans to God, once you give that disappointment to God, once you give that situation to God, God will do what he needs to do in order to get glory out of that situation. So I really hope that this video encouraged you guys today. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.